Hello guys, this is sixth part of my Tagore's Gitanjali reading, and we will start here from poem number 54 to 63. So there are only four readings left after this. So let's start. So poem number 54, and I've given this a title Lost in Thought. I asked nothing from you. I uttered not my name to your ears. When you took your leave, I stood silent. I was alone by the well, where the shadow of the tree fell aslant, and the women had gone home with their brown earthen pitch full to the brim. They called me and shouted, "Come with us, the morning is wearing on to noon." But I languidly lingered awhile, lost in the midst of vague musings. I heard not your steps, and you came. Your eyes were sad when they fell on me. Your voice was tired, and you spoke low. Ah, I am a thirsty traveler. I startled up from my daydreams and poured water from my jar on your joined palms. The leaf rustled overhead, the cuckoo sang from the unseen dark, and perfume of babla flowers came from the bend of the road. I stood speechless with shame when my name you did ask. Indeed, what had I done for you to keep me in remembrance? But the memory that I could give water to you to allay your thirst will cling to my heart and enfold it in sweetness. The morning hour is late. The bird sings in weary notes. Neem leaves rustle overhead, and I sit, think, and think. So, how I have interpreted this poem is like, uh, you know, in life, as we are moving over, as we think about our lives, about what we have achieved till now, what is our destiny, and based on what we have done till now, where we are going. We sometimes find ourselves lost in thought. We sometimes find ourselves, what does our existence matter in the big picture of reality? So, in a very subtle way, Tagore in this poem hints that you don't have to think about, the big picture, because the most important thing is you. You indeed, but the memory that I could give water to you to allay your thirst will cling to my heart and enfold it in sweetness. So, even the little what you can do is enough to make, to make, to have meaning in your life. We human beings are have always been a social unit. So though as an individual we cannot contribute much, but together, a drop makes an ocean. So, by doing the little you can, you are making the difference. Okay, so next poem is poem number 55. I have given this the title The Difficult Path. Languors upon your heart, and the slumber is still on your eyes. Had not the world come to you, that the flowers is raining in splendor among thorns? Wake, O awaken, let not the time pass in vain. At the end of the stony path, in the country of virgin solitude, my friend is still sitting alone, all alone. Deceive him not, wake, O awaken. What if the sky pants and trembles with the heat of the midday sun? What if the burning sands spread the mantle of thirst? In this is there no joy in the deep of your heart, and even footfall of yours will not the harp on the of the road break out in the sweet music of pain? So this is a complicated one. Obviously, there is a simple meaning that, at the end of the stony path in the country of virgin solitude, my friend is sitting all alone. Friend, friend is destiny, definitely destiny. And in next few poems, you will have children, you will have a baby, you will have a friend. All, all point to destiny, all point to God. If you are a religious person, all point to, uh, a supreme being, fate, hope. It's all upon you how you want to interpret these poems. So in this poem, we are taking my friend is my destiny. So at the end of the stony path in the country of virgin solitude, your destiny is waiting. At the end of the difficult path, at the end of the path, the difficult time you have, the challenges you have to face, lies the rest, the fated rest you're waiting for. So, what if the sky pants and trembles with the heat of midday sun? And what if the burning sand spread? Because as it says, there is fulfillment. There is a sweet music of pain. The sweet music of finishing in your challenges. As it says, uh, you have to. Heat it to certain degree to make diamonds or gold or something like that. So that's how it goes. You have to stood up to your challenges to reach your friend, your goals. Point number 56. I have given this poem title "Lover's Beauty." Thus it is that your joy in me is so full. Thus it is that you have come down to me. O you Lord of all heavens, where would be your love if I were not? You have taken me as your partner of all this wealth. In my heart is the endless play of your delight. In my life is your will is ever taken shape. And for this, you, who are the King of Kings, have decked yourself in beauty to captivate my heart. And for this, your love loses itself in the love of your lover. And there are you, seen in the perfect union of two. So most of Tagore's poems are from from one, there are two perspectives. In a relationship there are two people, right? So in most of Tagore's poem, the perspective is from him, his faith towards the divine. But this is the first poem, at least if I remember, this is the first poem, where divine is reaching out to him, where the poem is perspecting divine reaching out to him, not the uh, not us reaching out to divine. So how does it do that? In the form of nature's beauty, in the form of beauty of things all around us, beauty of the order. We find things all around us. There are amazing, fantastic things all around us if we try to observe things. And if you try to think how these things can actually exist. So what Tagore is saying here is that in the form of the beauty of nature and other things around us, you know our path, our destiny, or the divine is trying to allure us to him, his lover. Well, that's my interpretation, at least. Poem number 57. I've given this title "Beloved Light," beloved wisdom. This poem is full of the word light, and I have interpreted light in terms of wisdom, uh, or going away from ignorance. In a sense, we have this Indian uh, prayer, take me from light, darkness to light, and ignorance to wisdom, and blah blah blah. So tam soma sadgamya. So light, my light, the world filling light, the eye kissing light, heart sweetening light. Ah, the light dances, my darling, at the center of my life. The light strikes, my darling, the chord of my love. The sky opens, the wind runs wild, laughter passes over the earth. The butterflies spread their sails on the sea of light. Lilies and jasmine surges up on the crescent of wave of light. The light is shattered into gold on every cloud. My darling, that it scatters gem in profusion. Mirth spreads from leaf to leaf. My darling has gladness without measure. The heavens river has drowned its bank, and the flood of joy is abroad. So, it's talking about nature of wisdom, nature of light. When it spreads like light, wisdom spreads in all directions. It dances at the center of our heart. Wisdom at the center of our life. Wisdom is the only way to remove your suffering. It's said that ignorance is the root cause of all suffering. So light of wisdom can remove the darkness of ignorance from your heart. The light strikes, my darling, the chords of my love. True love for yourself, love for others, can only is only possible with the light of wisdom. Within the light of wisdom, the butterflies spread their sail, and light of wisdom by its very nature spreads. Once it's from a small flicker, it spreads in all directions. Flood of joy is abroad. The heavens river has drowned its bank. Like a river, the wisdom drowns wherever it is. It surrounds everything. It drowns everything around it in the flood of joy, flood of fulfillment. As I said, it removes suffering, right? So, yeah. Poem number 58. Joy is everything. That's what I've given it the title. Let all the strains of joy in everything. Sorry, not joy is everything. Joy in everything. That's what the title I have given to it. Let all the strains of joy mingle in my last song. The joy that makes the earth flows over in the righteous excess of the grass. The joy that sets the twin brothers, life and death, dancing over the wild world. The joy that sweeps in with the tempest, shaking and waking all life with laughter. The joy that sits still with its tears on the open red lotus of pain, and the joy that throws everything it has upon the dust and knows not a word. So, in this poem, the first message is there is joy in everything. There is joy in life, there is joy in death, there is joy in growth, there is joy in decay, there is joy in rising and falling, there is joy in tears of pain, and there is joy in hard work. There's joy, and in our life we shall endeavor to mix all those joys and live a joyful life. you know we tend to live a very sorrowful life. We find sorrows in every event in our life, but the glass is also half full, so there is joy in everything. In India, in many places, in most places, you tend to mourn the dead, but there are, on the other hand, there are other places where death of a person is celebrated, because death also marks fulfillment of one's life. So they just try to see things in another perspective, because if you can see it, there is joy in everything. So find the joy in everything. So next poem is 59th. I have titled it Love. Yes, I know. This is nothing but your love, O beloved of my heart. This golden light that dances upon the leaves, these idle clouds sailing across the sky, this passing breeze leaving its coolness upon my forehead. The morning light has flooded my eyes. This is your message to my heart. The face is bent from above your Eyes looked down on my eyes, and my heart has touched your feet. So this poem brings home the message that everything, last yesterday when I was reading Nehru's autobiography, there was message that about the reality of this universe, and they said in universe it arises, in universe it sorry in freedom it arises, in freedom it persists, and at freedom it goes away. So that's what's the message of one of the Upanishads. Here Tagore turns freedom to love, freedom. mm, these are very how to say, these are very baser emotions. Love is a base emotion on which most things in life are based upon. Most of our emotions, most of our actions are based on. It's love for someone, love for us, love for ourselves. So what this poem is saying is simply that love, not your romantic love, but more philosophical love for things, for us, for all, for everything, everyone all around us. That love is the basis for the reality which we live in. Okay, poem number 60th. Back to beginning. On the seashore of endless world, children met. The infinite skies is motionless overhead, and the restless water is boisterous. On the seashore of endless worlds, the children meet with shouts and dances. They build their houses with sand, and they play with empty shells. With withered leaves, they weave their boats and smilingly float them on the vast deep. Children have their play on the seashores of the world. They know not how to swim, they know not how to cast nets. Pearl fishes, fishers, pearl fishers dive for pearls, merchants sail in their ships, while children gather pebbles and shatter them again. They seek not the hidden treasures, they know not how to cast nets. The sea surges up with laughter and pale gleams of smile of a sea beach. Death dealing waves sing meaningless ballads to the children, even like a mother while rocking her baby's cradle. The sea plays with children, and pale gleams the smile of the sea beach. On the seashore of endless worlds, children meet. Tempests roam in the pathless skies. Ships get wrecked in the trackless water. Death is abroad and children play. On the seashore of endless worlds is the great meeting, children. Okay, so I will, there's various messages hidden in this poem. This is really one of the good poems of this book. So first message is perspectives. There's something called beginner's mindset. So this in this poem, first thing what it says is to have a to see things from a mindset of a children, where they do not fear death bringing waves. As we grow older, we start to fear everything all around us. You have more locks outside your home when you're going outside. You want to avoid all the dangers. You don't want to risk your money in some ventures or something. So as you grow old, you want to go more towards safety perspective. But there is a beauty, uh, there is a mm, there is, what's the word for it? There is an adventure in being a child. Be having a child's mindset, which can bring much more joy in your life. Second perspective is with relationship to children. In children in general, what children represent is hope for better tomorrow. And sometimes as adults we try to see things more in a more practical version. But that kills the innovation, that kills newness in things. So you know it's important to balance between that children perspective and the adult perspective. uh, so yes, next. So from this, this poem is from as I mentioned a little while ago. We see fate, destiny, blah blah blah, from many perspectives. This poem is from baby's perspective. Next poem is also from a child's perspective, and the last poem is from a friend's perspective. Okay, the sleep, poem number 61. The sleep that flits on baby's eyes. Does anyone knows from where it comes? Yes, there is a rumor that it had its dwelling where, in the fairy village among shadows of the forest dimly lit in, with glow worms, there hung two timid birds of enchantment. From there it comes to kiss baby's eyes. The smile that flickers on baby's lips. Where he sleeps, does anybody knows where it was born? Yes, there is a rumor that a young pale beam of the crescent moon touches the edge of a vanishing autumn cloud, and there is a smile, and there the smile was first born in the dreams of a dew-washed morning, the smile that flickers on baby's lips while he sleeps. The sweet, soft tenderness that blooms on baby's limbs. Does anybody knows where it was hidden so long? Yes, when the mother was a young girl, it lays pervading her heart in tender and silent mystery of love. The sweet, soft freshness that has bloomed on baby's limbs. Okay, so this was, I guess, one of the more difficult ones to interpret. One can just interpret it in a very direct way that it's just saying, it's just like a child's poem for mothers or something. But yes, it has a deeper meaning than that. Uh, so three things are being represented here: the sleep, uh, uh, the smile, and the tenderness of a baby. Oh, by the way, when we are talking about this, many of Indian poets do take this Radha Krishna and Baal Leela perspective when they are writing poems or something. In past at least, they used to do that. So this just if you are a religious person, just try to see it from the Baal Leela, Baal Krishna, from that perspective also. But leaving that aside, so yes, the sleep, the smile, and the tenderness. These are the three features Tagore has represented of a baby's sleep, or of a baby in a sense. And Lord Krishna is also represented with sleeping like this on Sheshnag and all. Anyways, so what it represents is that hmm, it's difficult, right? Basically, it represents that you can, number one, you can see things. We as human beings try to interpret things from we try to make a story out of everything. So sleep is based on this fairy tale and smile is based on that fairy tale. Uh, but uh, it's one way to glorify different perspectives. And sleep represents, I what I my interpretation of sleep is, and especially dreams. If a person is dreaming, hoping for a better tomorrow, a person is smiling while dreaming, that means, a better tomorrow, obviously. And tenderness is related to, being, love for people around us. A tender heart seeks for good for good of all. So, in that perspective, okay, this, and I'm I'm serious, this is a difficult point for me. Please do go through poem number 61 and tell me what your interpretation of this poem is. Poem number 62. When I bring to you colored toys, my child, I understand why there is such a play of colors on clouds, on water, and why flowers are painted a tint. When I give colored toys to you, my child, when I sing to make you dance, I truly know why there is music in leaves and why waves spend their chorus of voices to the heart of the listening earth. When I sing to you to make you dance, when I bring sweet things to your greedy hands, I know why there is honey in the cup of lover and why fruits are secretly filled with sweet juices. When I bring sweet things to your greedy hands, when I kiss your face to make you smile, my darling, I surely understands what the pleasure is that streams from the sky in morning light, and what delights that is which the summer breeze brings to my body when I kiss you to make you smile. Okay, so this is, okay. So there is this line in Bhagavad Gita, one who sees all in me, and one who sees in me all, in me everything. I'm never lost to him, and he's never lost to me. So essentially what it means is a unity in existence. Everything is united with him. There is oneness in everything. So what is what Tagore is trying to say in this is that, we do a lot of things towards fulfilling our destiny. We do a lot of gestures. As Tagore is saying, I bring colored toys, I sing to make you dance, I bring sweet things to you. So he's attempting, different strategies to to make the baby smile or something like that. So, and for us to fulfill our destiny, we take a lot of steps, we take different directions, and through that we but these different directions all lead to one single goal, the smile on the baby's face, or the fulfilling of our destiny. So what it's saying is that, when I see the unity of all my actions, when I see that everything leads to same path, I realize, how the working of the world, how all the things are, how everything around us is one and the same, how everything is working towards the same goal. And the last poem for today, poem number 63. I have titled it Friends because it has friends in the first line. You have made me known to friends whom I knew not. You have given me seat in homes not my own. You have brought the distant near and make a brother of the stranger. I am uneasy at heart when I have to leave my accustomed shelter. I forget that there abides the old in the new, and that there also you abidest. Though through birth and death, in the world or in others, wherever you lead me, it is you, the same, the one companion of my endless life. You ever link my heart with bonds of joy to the unfamiliar. When one knows you, then alien there is none, then no door is shut. Oh, grant me my prayer that I may never lose the bliss of the touch of the one in the play of the many. So again, from God, destiny, blah blah perspective, uh, you have made me known to my friend. When we pursue our destiny, when we pursue the divine, uh, what we are essentially making ourselves, you know, we are letting ourselves be dragged with the destiny. And when we do so, when we lose all our fear and just go with the flow, not the flow, but go, we move endlessly towards our destiny. It will take us to many a new ventures, to many a new places. We will experience new things as time passes, and that's the joy of pursuing our goals. That's the joy of pursuing our destiny. So yeah, that's it for today, and 4 more to go. See you next time. Ta-da.